We have lost a very dear friend, Deepangshu Sarmah, one of the finest journalists that I have come across in my more than 30 years in the automobile industry. I have known him since he started this career. His uniqueness was his humility, humbleness, and an ever smiling face. I will miss him particularly, and I am sure we all will. Let us all come together to pray for a peaceful journey for the departed soul.
So Deepangshu, I've had the privilege of working with him over his many avatars in the journalist world covering the automotive industry. He was very quiet, intense, and greatly motivated to look at new avenues and new opportunities in the automotive sector. He believed in India, believed in the growth of the sector. It is unfortunate that we have lost him so soon. The auto journalist fraternity, the auto fraternity, and for me personally, it's a very big loss. And we just hope that the two programs that he created in the last 2 years, the Women in Mobility and the Sustainability Conference, actually go forward and serve as a tribute to his contribution to the industry.
Deepangshu Sarmah will always be remembered as a great auto journalist, a great human being, a great professional. We lost him too early on September 3rd on his way to Munich. Deepangshu's contribution in the automotive industry will always be remembered. The way he brought in industry experts from all walks of life together to discuss on various issues related to automotive industry in India. One of very interesting causes that he championed was recognizing women in mobility industry. Just after COVID, I think it was during the COVID, Deepangshu reached out to me that he wanted to interview women in mobility. And he came with his crew to ICAT Manesar, where he prepared me for the interview. We did a nice photo shoot. As an outcome of his 1 year long hard work, he came out with an event wherein a coffee table book on women in mobility were released, and more than a dozen women in mobility were recognized for their contribution to the automotive industry.
I was very shocked to learn about Mr. Deepangshu Sarmah's sudden demise on last Sunday on LinkedIn. The previous Friday, we were together for reviewing International Mobility, Sustainable Mobility Summit, what he was planning, where Terry was a co-partner. And we had spent good 3 hours together, we had lunch together. And after that, the Sunday, I came to know regarding his sudden demise in Dubai, when he was planning to travel to Munich for attending the Auto Motor Show. I know him for last 20 years, and we had been good friends. We had a lot of common interests in terms of upgrading the education and also mentoring the students to make them better engineers. And we had a lot of common events where we participated together. And the international summit, what he was planning, we were working together for last couple of months. And his demise is a big shock, and I think is irreparable loss to auto industry and also journalists.
Deepangshu no more. It's so very difficult to believe. Not only was he a great journalist, but above all, he was a great human being. There are very few people who are liked by everybody. I think Deepangshu was one of them. And for me especially, one, he was always very kind, and 2-3 days before this unfortunate day, I had met him for a conference on software defined vehicles. So and I had met him, and it is unbelievable for me that he is no more. I wish that he gets all the peace in his second life. I can only say, Deepangshu, we miss you.
You know, philosophers say that the finest among us go away the earliest. Deepangshu's just proven that he truly was one of the finest among us. His smile, his wit, his sheer sense of purpose always still continues to prove that to be a good professional at whatever you do, you need to first be a very good human being. I'm sure he's driving somewhere, driving not at speed, but he's driving sure and he's driving safe.
Deepangshu has silently closed the door of life and departed from us. As we mourn his tragic, sudden loss, let us remember his professional legacy, his indelible contribution, his unmatched passion. Our life will be empty in the areas that he brightened for us. No words can do justice in what I say, but he was one of the most humble, modest, and extremely knowledgeable professional I met, and I'm sure everyone would agree on that, for a life that exemplified brilliance. He had a beautiful smile, a sense of humor, and a gentle demeanor. A great soul never departs. It brings us together again and again. My dear friend Deepangshu, we will miss you a lot.
Deepangshu Dev Sarmah, an excellent human being. So when one is an excellent human being, one is also excellent in playing each and every role that life has to offer. So whether it is a media professional, a journalist, one of the best. Whether it is being a mentor, magnificent. A doting dad, a stellar spouse, a great friend to bank on, a beautiful smile, on a face, the most beautiful smile, that's Deepangshu. One of the most cheerful faces, that's Deepangshu. I had never ever seen him, stressed out or angry. I've known Deepangshu for last 16 years, and that's how Deepangshu has been. Unfettered, never stressed out, always composed, and always ready to help. So when I got to know of this news that Deepangshu is gone, I could not believe it. I thought it's some rude joke, some prank someone is playing. It took time, in fact, still taking time to come to terms with this rude shock. But reality is reality. So Deepangshu, though this is not done, you've just gone away, but may God give you a lot of strength. May God bless his soul for his onward journey, make it peaceful, and lots of strength to his family. Deepangshu, we really miss you. Om Shanti.